Good evening and welcome to the Sunshine 135 Homestead Miami Speedway race presented by FR Racing's Indy Racing World Series. Tonight we are at Homestead Miami Speedway. We're located in Homestead, Florida. We opened in 1995. Sorry, the racetrack opened in 1995. We didn't open in 1995. Has a length of 1.5 miles and has a progressive banking of 18 to 20 degree turns and 3 degrees of banking in the front and the back stretch. Some notable things about this race course, or this speedway, is that races were held between 2001 and 2010. Last week we took a slight break due to a big update by iRacing. There was a new update of rain, and with that there were some other updates and a very big update, a couple gigabytes, and because of that it took a little bit of time, so we decided to postpone the race. The Road Atlanta race, which was supposed to be last week, will be hosted and is postponed till April 23rd. That is supposed to be our off week as we take a look at our schedule. We're going to move Road Atlanta to April 23rd. So that will not be a break. That will actually be Road Atlanta. So please join us in that week. Next week, we are at Auto Club Speedway. It is one of our two longer events of the season. So, getting back to our race, we are currently in practice. And while we are in practice, let's go and take a look at the standings. Currently, we only have 10 drivers on the track, but 2 weeks ago, this is going to be a little weird to get used to, but 2 weeks ago we had 18 drivers show up and race, and out of those 18, we have all 18 drivers on the standings. Leading us is Derek Booker in the number 5 car, who has 92 points. Bill Coley II has 91 points. Eric Richardson at 63 points, and so on and so forth. It'll be interesting to see tonight how 12th place of Joshua Chinsky will score, especially since he was leading most of the race until he had to, unfortunately, go in and get some more fuel. That was probably what led him to be near the end, but if he has some good tire management and fuel management tonight, we can see him near the lead and maybe win the race tonight. Some things to take a look out for at tonight's race. The laps there will be 90 laps tonight, with a fuel window opening up between laps 46 and 47, and each driver will need approximately 1 to 2 laps, or sorry, not 1 to 2 laps, 1 to 2 stops. For qualification, as normal, every driver gets 2 laps to qualify. There will be cautions for an incident that goes back onto the racetrack. There is a lucky dog for each caution that comes out, and there will be 1 green flag, white flag, and checkered flag. And it looks like the practice session is over, and it is now time for qualifying. A previous season's winner at this course was Eric Richardson, so let's see how he will do tonight. Let's give a quick shout out to our show tomorrow night, Wednesday Night Dash. Tomorrow they will be at the Monster Mile 80 at Dover Motor Speedway. There are 2 races left in Wednesday Night Dash Season 8 before we make the switch to trucks. Tune in this week for the Monster Mile 80 from iRacing's Dover Motor Speedway. Tune in at 10:15 p.m. Eastern Time on Stadium Scene TV, right here on Stadium Scene TV. It'll be a fun race. Colton Gardner, who is currently leading the season, who's currently leading the points, could potentially clinch. I believe if he finishes 14th place or under, he will not clinch. But if he goes 13th place or above, he will win the season. So it'll be a fun race to watch tomorrow night. I will be watching too. So take a look if you can. There's their schedule, their season 8 schedule. As you can see, there's 2 more races left. Tomorrow is at Dover Motor Speedway, and the season finale will be on March 20th, on Wednesday, March 20th, at Kansas Speedway at night. Don't forget to go to Rogue Racing, sorry, not Rogue Racing, Rogue Energy, who's presenting FR Racing's Indy Racing World Series. Use FR Racing Online as a promo code to save 10% off at your purchase. As we take a look at qualifying, we are viewing Brian McKinney currently, who has not run a full lap yet. I'm not sure what is happening, but let's take a look at... I think everyone actually ran their qualifying laps already. So as we can see so far, Chinsky is leading the leaderboard. I'm not sure who else we are missing currently. Let's see here. There should be 10 drivers. I think, let's see, Booker has not posted a lap yet. I'm keeping an eye. There we go. Now we have all 10. So, and I apologize if my brain of thought isn't currently running. I've been a little sick and on the mend, healing, but not quite 100% yet. A little bit of not brain fog, but maybe brain fog would be a right way to put it. Has me right now. So if I sound weird, if my sentences aren't forming correctly, my apologies. It is due to a slight cold. I think. I hope it goes away soon. So hopefully everyone in the stream who's viewing is feeling okay and don't get sick, because it's not fun. But I don't have. I think everyone would know that. And it looks like everyone has qualified so far. So we got about another minute left before the race starts. Going over the top 10, or the 10 drivers that are racing with us tonight. We got Chinsky, who will be leading us into the parade lap. And then Richardson is in second, who was our previous season's winner. Zito is in third. Miller is in fourth. Mattingly in fifth. Franklin in sixth. Booker in seventh. Fluck in eighth. Ouellette in ninth. And McKinney in 10th. Everyone's within a second of each other, it looks like, on the qualification laps. So it will be interesting to see how it turns out tonight. It'll be a good race, as it always has been. And let's hope that it'll be a pretty smooth and a fun race for us again tonight. Again, thank you very much for watching tonight. We're happy to have you, and we hope that you enjoyed the race. As all the cars are slowly coming in to get ready for the race, loading in. Let's see how it goes. Quick update on my end. I had to buy a new processor, since my processor started getting a little slow and a little clunky. And apparently when you buy a new motherboard and CPU, you need to buy new Windows. And if I didn't buy new Windows, you would see a watermark that says Windows not authenticated on the bottom right. But luckily I got it earlier this week. And you don't have to see that annoying watermark on the bottom right side of your screen. But something new that I learned. I knew changing some hardware could cause it, but I guess when you have something that big of a hardware change, it'll cause it 2. So, if you ever update your processor and you have Windows, just a heads up, you might need to buy another Windows key. Looks like we're waiting on 2 more drivers to load into our session tonight. Let's see how it goes. And everyone's loaded in, so let's see if the the pace car leaves the pits. And we're off. Well, while they do the parade lap, let's go into let's drag our previous season race winner here, Eric Richardson, into the chat. Hey Eric, do you have a copy?
Hey, gotcha.
Sweet, how's it going? How are you feeling tonight?
Feeling pretty good. It's gonna get a little sketchy, I think, as the runs go on, so it should make for some fun racing here tonight.
Sweet. I know you won last season at this racetrack. Are there any plans to modify your race line or anything like that compared from last season to this season?
I know, just try to get out, have a good race, keep it clean, and see what happens at the end.
Awesome, sounds good. Well, good luck tonight, and hope you have a nice, smooth race.
Thank you.
And that was Eric Richardson in the number 13 car. He is second, right behind Chinsky. And Zito, who's in third, is right behind him as the pace car pulls in. And we are... green flag. Looks like Chinsky got a good jump. Richardson got a pretty good one too. And he will be following close behind. It'll be interesting to see how all the drivers plan to have their race strategies for tonight's race. Between the tire management and the fuel. Looking at some of the chats that was going on last night, looks like tire management will be interesting for the race tonight. Something to note, the pit entrance is on the entry of turn 3, actually right before turn 3. So a lot of drivers will have to commit early to get in, or potentially be penalized for diving into the pits last minute. It'll be interesting to see if anyone does that. And it looks like we already have 2 people who entered the pits. We have the number 80 car of Ouellette and number 8 car of McKinney. Not quite sure what happened back there. Unfortunately, I won't be able to backtrack and see what happened. But we'll keep an eye out on the pack and see how the race folds out. We're going to hop in, take a look at Fluck in the number 88 car. He's about a 1/10 of a second behind from Franklin. He's also a 1/10 of a second behind Booker, who's about to overtake Mattingly. Oh, as Fluck takes the inside and takes 7th place from Franklin. Looks like he's on a roll here. Let's see if he can stay on the inside and take another spot from Booker. Looks like he wasn't able to do so. So far, it's a pretty good race, both in the front and the back. Looks like there's a good race for 2nd place between Chinsky and Richardson. And there's a good race between a couple of drivers for 4th place. All within half a second apart, it looks like. So we'll keep an eye out on Fluck in the number 88 car, since he is... looks like if he's one good driving line away and a good slipstream away from taking over 6th place. Oh, I think Booker just tapped the wall, so that might give an opportunity for Fluck to catch him. Looks like McKinney and Ouellette have joined back into the race after their quick repair, which we do have one quick repair in this race. So they used their quick repair, and they are currently 3 laps down. And I wonder if the 3 laps down is caused by the long pit lane that starts at turn 3, and I think it spits them out after turn 1. And it looks like there's a good race for 5th place between Mattingly and Zito. Yeah, that's a good one. As Mattingly takes the inside line and tries to overtake Zito, and it looks like he's successful. Pretty good race so far. Looks like Ian Miller in the number 48 car is currently running away from the whole pack. Atchinsky and Richardson are fighting it out for 2nd place. Let's take a look over there. Looks like, yeah, it's pretty close right here between the two of them. We're 10 laps in, 81 laps to go. We've got 90 laps tonight for you to watch as the drivers race around Miami. Homestead Miami Speedway. On an interesting note, Miller started in 4th place tonight and was able to run past all the drivers and get to 1st. Chinsky was our race leader to start the race off, and he currently sits in 2nd, and Richardson, starting in 2nd, is now in 3rd. So I would say, I think Miller had the biggest rise from the beginning to current, going from 4th place to 1st. And there hasn't been too much of a shakeup between the drivers, and it looks like our race between 3rd and 2nd place is the closest race currently. Although the fight for 6th place isn't too far behind. They're both sitting about half a second behind each other. Maybe I think there's a good race between Ouellette and McKinney for 9th place. So let's take a look real quickly. Oh yeah, nice close race right here. Not sure how far apart they are, but they're pretty close to each other. So it'll be interesting. I think they'll be fighting for the dog leg, which will, or sorry, not the dog leg, the lucky dog. Whoa. Which will put them a position or a lap ahead. So they'll go from 3 laps down to just 2 laps down. And it looks like there's a big shakeup here between 6th, 7th, and 8th. So let's take a look over here. Looks like Booker's about to catch Franklin and goes around Franklin to take the 6th place position. Fluck has fallen down to 8th place, but only 0.3 of a second behind these two. But as these two fight, he's going to be able to catch him and slowly catch up. So let's go to Fluck's car and watch how the race unfolds in front. Oh, and as we hop into Fluck's car, looks like Franklin has taken off. So hopefully, we'll see. I'm seeing a pretty good race right now. Let's see if the 3-pack of the cars can stay close together and give us a great race tonight. Overall, pretty smooth race. Oh, it looks like he had to hit the brakes pretty hard there to make sure not to run into the back of Booker, which does give Franklin a little bit of breathing room. He does sit almost 3/4 of a second ahead of the two of them. Let's see how Fluck in the number 88 car holds up. And Fluck passes him on the inside. Let's see if he can keep it. No, it looks like Booker had because he ran on the high side, he was able to use his exit velocity, exit speed out of this corner to keep 7th place. But it's a good race between the two of them. Although, unfortunately, it does mean that they do sit a little further behind Booker. It's a great race so far. Looks like everyone's pretty spread out so far besides Booker and Fluck, who are fighting for 7th place. The next closest gap we have between two cars is Chinsky and Richardson, who are duking it out for 2nd place. Richardson sits about 9/10 of a second behind Chinsky, now a 2nd. And it looks like we had a change of leaders, or not leaders, but change of 9th place between Ouellette and McKinney, who were sitting 3 laps down of the leaders. It looks like everyone's running comfortably in their line. We got 69 laps to go. It was not intentional. That just happened to come out. Just happened to be the race number that we were on. Lap number. 22 laps into the race so far. And we're having some fun. I think as the race goes on, we're going to see some moves made by these drivers. It'll be interesting to see how the fuel management and the tire management goes as we continue on tonight. Again, let's take a look at the things to look out for tonight's race. We're looking at between laps 46 and 47 for the fuel window. We'll see how tires go around then. We are seeing about potentially 2 laps for a stop and fuel, so we'll see how that goes. Maybe for tires too. Their 2nd stop might be a splash of fuel and just the outside tires, so then we can keep the grip on the race course. But we'll see how everything shakes out for the drivers tonight. Looks like Fluck is pulling away from Booker, and he's actually slowly chasing down Franklin, he's only about a 2nd behind. So pretty good driving by Fluck tonight in the number 88 car. And it looks like McKinney is down another lap. He's 4 laps down. I wonder if Ouellette is being chased down by Miller, who's currently leading the race by 1.3 seconds. Let's go ahead and take a look at Miller in the number 48 car. Looks like the number 80 car of Ouellette also just got lapped. So now Ouellette is also 4 laps down. As we can see, McKinney following right behind him. Looks like it's a pretty good race so far. Oh, looks like Fluck is caught up to Franklin. I wonder if Franklin had a slight run-in with the wall. And looks like Fluck has taken the lead, taken 6th place away from Franklin. Nice smooth driving lines by Fluck and most of the drivers tonight. I think as long as you can stay off the wall and find your lane. Obviously being consistent is always the key with all these races. But looks like Fluck is doing that very well tonight. And he is in 6th place now. He did start tonight's race in 8th place. And now he's in 6th, so I want to say he's doing pretty good so far. Let me knock on some wood real quickly. No announcer's jinx tonight. But let's take a look around. Looks like there's a good race for 9th place between McKinney and Ouellette. I think there'll be some good driving between the two of them tonight. It's unfortunate that they are 4 laps down. McKinney did start in 10th place and Roulette did start in 9th place, so this might not be their course tonight. But all I hope is that they have some fun. And our league is full of fun racing, even among the drivers. It's kind of interesting since after the race we do have some. We spent about 30 minutes chit-chatting with each other after the race, just talking about how the race went. And a lot of the comments, at least after the first race, I was listening in, and a lot of the comments have been positive, and it just some of our new drivers in the series are surprised with how positive and fun the race group is, especially after some really intense racing where, you know, accidents happen where cars accidentally bump into each other, and it's racing, it happens. But there was no furious exchanges, there was no, you know, bad mouthing or anything like that. Everyone was civil, I guess would be the right way to put it. Was kind and understanding of, you know, racing happens, and when sometimes the tire grip goes out, you lose your racing line, and unfortunately come up onto other people's racing lines and take them out. And how, you know, everyone was like, oh, you know, that happened, but it's all good, it's racing, we're here to have fun. And they were just surprised about that. It just shows how what a great group of guys we have racing tonight, and also in the Wednesday Night Dash series. So on the race course, it might be intense and it might be fighting for some elbow room, but outside of it, everyone's just having fun and enjoying a good race. Looks like right now McKinney is racing head-to-head with Richardson, who is 4 laps ahead of McKinney, and it looks like Richardson was able to get ahead of him. I'm not sure why it's the same camera angle the whole time, but I'm hoping we can change that up a little bit. As much as I like seeing the cars zip past, it's a little too much action for my lagging brain. But here we go. I think we got a better view. Yeah, there we go. Switching it up a little bit. So, hope everyone's having a great night. Enjoying our race so far. We are 37 laps in with 54 laps to go. As we are back in the car with Fluck, and it looks like he just took over 5th place. So slow and steady, and it looks like he found his driving line. He found the ideal line at the race course tonight, and he's just slowly chasing down people. It's a good race for him so far, and it'd be fun to keep an eye out just to make sure, you know, everything's going smoothly. Zito's slowly falling behind from him as Fluck slowly creeps up on Mattingly. I mean, there's still about 5.5 second gap between 4th and 5th place, but well, that gap's not gonna last forever. I think that Fluck's gonna eventually catch him and go around Mattingly, and then just slowly go up the leaderboard. The question is, will he have enough time? I think time will be the key to his race tonight. Time and tire management / fuel management. So it'll be interesting to see how it goes tonight. We are currently on lap 40. We got about 6-7 laps until the fuel window opens up for, I think, most of these drivers. Be interesting to see what happens. I'm not expecting too much of shakeup with the pits. The only shakeup I expect to see will be if someone misses their pit lane or their pit box and has to back up and go into their pit stop and take a little extra time to do so. If that does happen, It'll be interesting to see if that shakeup does happen. I think the biggest one we'll see with that would be, honestly, with any of the drivers, if they have to back up, that's precious time that they lose. So we'll turn on the. Oh, there's a caution out. I wonder what happened. I wonder if. Oh, it looks like Booker went into the wall hard, and oh no, he's looks like he's pretty damaged. See if he's able to limp his car back into the pits, and it looks like he is, but oh yeah, he hit the wall pretty hard. So let's see how the pits turn out. Yeah, he's gonna tow back into the car, into the pits. So that's a bummer for him. So let's take a look at the race leader. And looks like he is. I think he's gonna go into the pits. Yep, he's going into the pits. I believe that's Chinsky right behind him. Yep, he's also going to the pits. Let's see, Richardson is also entering the pits. Looks like Roulette and McKinney will stay out to try to make up a lap down. Looks like Mattingly's coming in. Zito's coming in. I think everyone's going to come in besides the 2 4-lap down cars. And it looks like Roulette gets the lucky dog to go around the pace car. And McKinney is unfortunately stuck behind the pace car. So when green flag goes, we'll see Roulette will be down 2 laps as we switch back over to him. Oh, and looks like Miller got a good jump out of the pits. Wachinski falling behind. Richardson in 3rd. Mattingly in 4th. Fluck in 5th. Zito in 6th. Franklin in 7th. And Booker is still in the pits. I believe he still has a quick repair, so hopefully he'll be able to get around the... oh no, he's still in the pits. My apologies, I did not see that. So we'll see how many laps down Booker will be. I believe he still has a quick repair, so he'll be able to get back into it. Looks like Roulette has gone into the pits. McKinney is also entering the pits. So yeah, we'll see how the race shakes out after these pit stops. Let's take a look at the things to look out for. We are 1 lap away from the fuel window, but I believe everyone got fresh tires and fuel. So, but they are also 1 lap down of the fuel window. So I'm thinking they're going to need one more pit stop before they can get to the white flag and the checkered flag. The previous winner at this race course was Eric Richardson in the number 13 car, who's currently sitting in 3rd. Again, a quick reminder, this race was presented by Rogue Energy. Save 10% with promo code FRRacing Online. Rogue Energy focuses on 4 product lines: hydration, energy, shake, and extreme. Also pre-work. It's called pre-work. It's pre-workout, but they call it extreme. They are a gaming company at heart and offer high-quality products as an alternative to those canned sugar drinks. Check out their product line and don't forget to use our promo code. Again, save 10% with promo code FRRacing Online. Back to the race. I think they got one more lap around. No, I think this is their final lap around. And looks like Booker is quickly joining in on with the cars, and it looks like he'll be 3 laps down, and he'll be joining Ouellette. As we go take a look at the lead, got 45 laps to go. This is lap 46. I got Miller, Chinsky, and Richardson to finish off for our top 3 cars, and looks like they are in the restart zone, and they are off. Oh, looks like Chinsky didn't get quite a good jump out of the lead, and Miller kind of delayed the start maybe. I'm not too sure, but looks like we got a good race on our hands right now. Oh, it looks like Mattingly had a slip up. Maybe he burned some tires, but he is now in the back. As we go to Fluck, who's now in 4th place. He's having a great race so far tonight, as he is coming up on another FR Racing driver, Richardson. We'll see how the race goes. Looks like it's a pretty close top 4. There's a slight split between 4th and 5th place of 3 seconds. But there's also a good race for 5th place between all the drivers. So let's hop in and see the car, and see the inside from Fluck's car, and the number 88 car, who sits 4th place. He gets a great view of the race for the top 4. He sits about half a second behind Richardson, who's 0.3 of a second behind Chinsky, who is half a second behind Miller. Looks like Miller's having a pretty dominant race tonight so far. He started in 5th place. No, in 4th place, my apologies. He's currently leading. And Chinsky and Richardson started 1st and 2nd. Fluck started in 4th, sorry, not in 4th place. He's currently in 4th place, but he started in 8th place. So we got a pretty good race from all the drivers tonight so far. As we take a look at Zito in 7th place, who's quickly approaching 6th place of Mattingly. But he has to get through the traffic of, I believe that's Ouellette in the number 80 car. Yep, as he goes around Ouellette from the outside. You have a good exit with a little extra speed going out of the turn. He's slowly gaining in, 0.7 of a second behind. Oh, and it looks like we got a good race for 2nd. So let's jump into Richardson and see how he's doing. Looks pretty good so far. 0.2 of a second behind. Now 0.3. Just a friendly reminder, Richardson was the race winner at this course last season, in season 2, when we weren't able to broadcast it due to the IndyCar rights being owned by someone else. Luckily, iRacing was able to regain the rights for IndyCar, and we are able to stream it, and you are watching it tonight. It's a good race between Richardson and Chinsky. As we hop in the car with Richardson, looks like he's sitting between 0.1 of a second to up to 0.3 of a second. Looks like they got 2 different driving lines. So we'll see which one works best. As we take a look at his steering wheel, looks like Richardson is downshifting in the corners from 6th gear to 5th gear and back up to... Oh, looks like he stayed in 5th gear this time. Maybe in the back corner, Ooh, wow. In the back straightaway, he does shift, it looks like, and I guess the front straightaway, he stays in 5th gear. Currently, This is the closest race we have. Oh, and we have an incident. Let's see. Oh, it looks like it was in front of Zito. Oh, and it looks like it's Booker in the number 5 car. And potentially another car in front of him? Yeah. Who is that? It looks like it's McKinney and the number 10 car. Looks like he doesn't have any damage that we can see. Let's see if we can get a better view. Yeah, it looks pretty clean so far. And we can see the pace car has entered the backstretch. Let's keep an eye on him and see if he pits. And it looks like Franklin was also involved. He's also in the pits. And it looks like McKinney's not going to pit. So we have 2 cars, Booker and Franklin. 7th place and 9th place in the pits currently. Looks like Miller, our leader, has caught up with the pace car. And who's that? Is that Chinsky and Richardson? Yeah, it looks like Chinsky and Richardson are going into the pits. Mattingly following close behind. Fluck is staying out. Oh, so this will be interesting. As you can see on the leaderboard, Miller, Fluck, Ouellette, and McKinney are going to stay out. And it looks like Ouellette will get another lucky dog and be able to go around and unlap himself again. So he'll only be 1 lap out from the leaders. So we'll see how everything shakes up. Yeah, it looks like McKinney in the number 8 car is, I think it looks like he's going into the pits to get some fresh tires and fuel. So he was sitting in third behind the safety car, the pace car. Not third overall, but in order he was in third. Looks like he'll go in and get some fuel and some tires. So he enters the pits. Fluck is currently in second. He did start off in 8th place tonight. Made his way all the way up to second. We will see how not getting any fuel and tires works out for both Miller and Fluck. Since they did not pit at this lap, I think they're going to be a couple laps short. So I wonder if they're gambling a potential another caution. We'll see how that goes. I think I wasn't watching the pit lane, so I'm not sure if Chinsky, Richardson, Mattingly, and Zito got fresh tires all the way around. I think they did. They did all come out at around the same position that they went into the pits, other than Fluck taking over 2nd place. So we will see how it turns out. It'll be an exciting last 31 laps to go. I think by the time the pace car goes back into the pits, it'll be 29 laps to go. That is just a guess, so please don't quote me on that one. Okay. Again, thank you very much for joining us tonight. This is the Sunshine 135 at Homestead Miami Speedway. By FR Racing's Indy Racing World Series, presented by Rogue Energy. Back to the race. Now, let's take a look at the standings real quickly. Booker, who was currently sitting in 10th place, won't get many points tonight. He will get a couple points. Not sure how many points exactly. I need to figure that out soon. Colley II isn't in the race tonight. Richardson is currently sitting 4th place. DJ Fluck is currently 6th place with 50 points. If he can maintain 2nd place, will definitely boost his standings. Let's see who else. Miller is currently in 9th place, and if he can take the win tonight, that'll be a lot of points for him. And Chinsky is in, I think he was in, there he is, 12th place with 35 points. He will also get a lot of points tonight if he's able to maintain his spot. If not, go higher. As we get ready for the green flag is flying, is waving in the air, and Miller and Fluck got a good jump off of the restart. Chinsky didn't have the best of jumps, and Richardson also did not either. I think they'll be able to catch him. Oh, as Chinsky takes 2nd place straight off of before they even complete a lap. Let's see if Richardson can take his 3rd place back from Fluck. And if there's any other shakeups, looks like there'll be a good race between Franklin and Roulette because they're both 2 laps down. So it'll be interesting to see this tonight. Oh! Looked really close between Richardson and Fluck there, but it looks like Richardson was able to get around. And Mattingly also took the opportunity to get around Fluck. So now Fluck is down to 5th place after he was in 2nd. I think the fresh tires might have gotten to Fluck. Oh, and Fluck spins out a little bit and is now sitting in 6th place. Oh, what a bummer. I wonder if the tires did him dirty and got him into a position that he wasn't able to recover from. Well, he was able to fight back to 4th place with just being consistent. So let's hope the best for Fluck and hope that he can crawl back in. He only has 26 laps to go. He's sitting about 3 seconds behind from 4th place. So I think he's got a chance. Don't count him out yet. I think with another caution, he will probably get a fresh set of tires and will be a force to be dealt with on the race course. Looks like there's a good race for Zito. Not sure who's in front of him. Can't quite see. Looks like his teammate on the number 3 car. It's Franklin. Looks like they're having a good race. Hope maybe his teammate will be kind enough to slingshot him closer towards 4th place of Mattingly. It looks like there's a close race between Ouellette and Fluck. Ouellette is trying to catch up to Franklin, who sits in front of, I think it was Zito. So we'll see how that goes. And we have a good race for 3rd place, it looks like, between Richardson and Mattingly. Richardson is sitting about 1.5 seconds behind Chinsky, who's about 1 second behind Miller. Let's see if Mattingly and Richardson and Chinsky can catch Miller. 2nd, 3rd, and 4th place and 5th place all went into the pits for fresh tires and some fuel. 1st place of Miller in the number 48 car and 6th place of Fluck in the 88 car did not go in lap 60 into the pits for tires and fuel. It is lap 60, so they wouldn't have needed the fuel, but I wonder if the tire wear will come back and bite Miller. Because this course does look like it's pretty harsh on the tires. So we'll see how it goes. I wonder if we'll see Chinsky come out with a win tonight because of the tire wear and Miller. I think it'd be similar to the scenario that happened 2 weeks ago. Rachinski didn't come in till the last couple of laps and had to come in for some fuel, or else he would have ran dry, not been able to finish the race. So far, a good race tonight. Some pretty close racing. Looks like everyone's pretty spread out right now. Looks like there's a pretty close race between, I think it's Franklin and Zito, who's in front of him. Both teammates, it looks like. Same liveries. Same paint schemes for both cars. I believe they are teammates. So yeah, some good racing. Even though he's 2 laps down, I think it's the closest race we have so far. Let's hop over to Roulette and see how close. Ooh, got an even closer race over here between Fuck and Roulette. I wonder if spinning out did a little bit of did some numbers to Flux tires in the number 88. He is slowly gaining on Zito, so still wouldn't count him out. Even with tire wear, I think he might be comfortable enough to run the same pace, but we'll see if he's able to maintain it and catch up. Let's take a look at second place. Looks like Chinsky's gained quickly on Miller. Oh, we're gonna see a good race for the finish tonight. Looks really close between them. About 0.5 of a second. 500ths? Yeah, 0.05 of a second apart. And it looks like Chinsky took the lead, and he takes the lead for the first time tonight, I believe. Other than the lead lap and maybe the first couple laps. He takes his spot back. Let's see if Richardson catch him. He's only sitting about 0.6 of a second behind those two. Richardson did take third place back from Mattingly. Was unfortunately not paying attention to that. And it looks like Miller's slowing down a little bit as Richardson's slowly catching up, and Chinsky's running away with the lead. I wonder if the dirty air from the cars in front have anything to do with being able to drive fast and catch up quickly to the car in front, or getting a bigger gap between the two cars. Oh no! Chinsky had a spin out and he tapped the wall. Let's see. And that puts him immediately down to third place. Let's hope he has no damage so he can continue the race. That puts Richardson in. Oh, looks like his traction is not doing too hot. And it looks like Mattingly's gonna go around. Oh, that's a bummer to see. Someone who was just dominant racing tonight hitting the wall. Let's see if he can maintain and stay in fourth place. But it looks like we got a race for the lead between Richardson and Miller. We got 11 laps to go. We're on lap 80 right now. That's going to be a good one. That'll be a great race between the two. Let's see if Richardson takes first place around this corner. Let's see if he can keep it. And it looks like he's able to keep it. He leads by 1/10 of a second. Not much breathing room there. Let's see if he can open up the gap between the two drivers. It looks like he is. I wonder if not getting the tires is hurting Miller right now, as the gap widens between Richardson and Miller to 0.3 of a second. Looks like there's a pretty close race for third place between Chinsky and Mattingly. So it's going to be a good race all the way around for both first place and third place. Both for podiums. One for the race winner and one for a podium. We got 8 laps to go. Let's see how well Richardson can finish this race off. How well Chenski can catch up to Mattingly. And if Miller is able to fight Richardson. And, oh, it looks like Chenski took third. Now his next task is to catch up to the top 2 cars. He's sitting about 1.5 seconds behind. It looks like he's gaining quick. So we'll see. It's something to keep an eye out for. And we also have to keep an eye out for the race between Miller and Richardson. Richardson, who does have fresh tires as of lap 60. And Miller, I think, as of lap 46, 45. So we'll see if fresh tires comes out and leads to a race win tonight. 6 laps to go. Let's keep an eye out. And to all the viewers tonight, thank you very much for watching. We appreciate you watching our show tonight and joining us. We're happy that you can join us tonight and enjoy this fun race. Well, we got 5 more laps to go. Let's hop in Miller's car and do a lap around the track. And we're down to 3 laps to go. 3 more laps to go. And Richardson has a little bit of breathing room. 0.2 of a second. I guess I wouldn't really call that breathing room. It's pretty darn close between the 2 drivers. 0.2 of a second isn't much. 2 more laps to go. We got this lap, the white flag lap, and the checkered flag. So we'll see how the race ends tonight. It's been a great race between the top 3 drivers so far. And it'll be interesting to see how it finishes. White flag is waving. This is our final lap. And we'll see some aggressive moves by all the drivers on this final lap for all the marbles. Looks like only 0.1 of a second. Oh, it looks like Miller's going for the inside. Let's see if Richardson can keep it on the outside lap. Oh. Checkered flag and oh my gosh. Miller. Oh, what is it? Looks like Miller took the finish. Miller ends in first place. Richardson second. Chenski in third. Mattingly in fourth. Zito in 5th, Fluck in 6th, Franklin in 7th, Ouellette in 8th, McKinney in 9th, and Booker in 10th. Wow, what a finish. What a finish. Extremely close race between Miller and Richardson. I think maybe Miller stored up some of his tires for the very end of the race and took first place away from Richardson. So let's see if I can get some drivers into the broadcast tonight. Looks like we have both Miller and Richardson. So let me see if I can pull Miller and Richardson in. Good evening. Hi Ian. How's it going?
Hey, it's going all right.
I have both of you in here tonight. What a crazy finish between the 2 of you at that last lap. Nice job to both of you. It was I couldn't tell how I was gonna go. How to
Yeah. Oh, good.
go ahead, go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say that I didn't pit at that second caution, and everyone else did, and I expect to be at a larger pace disadvantage because of that. But it seems like I was able to preserve tires while keeping good pace, and uh, I was just careful to keep my tires cool while I was behind Eric, not slip too much, and seems like I got just a slightly better run out of two and out of four, and that made the difference.
Yeah, awesome job. Yeah, I noticed that you didn't pit on that one. Most of the field did, so I was wondering how that would go. And um, when Eric took the lead away from you, I'm like, oh, I wonder if the tire wear got to you. But looks like you're able to come out on top. So especially on the last lap too. So how did that go for you?
Yeah, I mean the tire wear certainly did, play a big part. Josh, I got loose coming out of four, really, really loose coming out of four. I'm surprised I saved it, and Joshua got by me, and then it was just a fight to bring the tire temps back to a reasonable, state, and then cool, I started getting grip back and could kind of push again.
Yeah, awesome job. Um, is there anyone you'd like to thank tonight for tonight's race?
I would like to thank my lovely fiance and my family, my mom, my stepdad for kind of getting me into sim racing and my dad for some financial assistance in getting the rig put together. It's a yeah.
Sweet. Well, awesome job tonight. I'll put you back into the other chat. And thanks for joining us tonight.
Yeah, no problem.
Hey, Eric, you have a copy?
Hey, I gotcha.
Sorry, I did this in the wrong order. But awesome job tonight. As you know, uh, we were watching you out there tonight, going between like first, second, and third and fourth, and it was a lot of good racing, lots of close racing. So, how did everything turn out? I mean, you did finish second. The last lap, he got you, but outside of that, how did everything go?
Overall it was pretty good. I On that last run, I actually caught the wall, and I thought that was going to take away my pace, but luckily I was able to keep going. But unfortunately, going through that first and second turn there on the last lap, I had to pedal it just a little bit, and that allowed Ian to get the run. Then I just tried to keep the pedal to the floor that last turn and just turn it to a drag race. But great race by Ian.
Yeah, um, him not pitting, I thought would give you an advantage. I thought it would give everyone an advantage, especially since it was him and Fluck who didn't go in. But it looked like the he went when you took the lead. I guess I thought that he would take that opportunity to not burn through his tires as much, and he got you real nicely. So, but nice job tonight. You know, second overall. It's not bad. I would say.
Yeah, good points day.
Yes, it's most definitely. So, anyone you'd like to thank tonight?
Just everybody coming out and running with us and having a blast and starting to make Indy Racing World Series what it is. So thank you to all the competitors.
Awesome. Well, thanks for joining me tonight in the broadcast. And I'll put you back into the driver's chat. And have a good night.
Sounds good. Thank you. You too.
And that was Ian Miller in the number 48 car, our first place driver, and Eric Richardson, uh, the number 13 car, our second place driver for tonight's race. So thank you very much for joining us. Not tomorrow, sorry. Next week, we will be in Auto Club. It will be set. The start time will be in the evening, so we'll get to see. I think we'll get to see some nighttime driving, but that'll be a lot of fun. We'll get to see some time changes, some different strategies, and it is one of our longer events compared to some of our shorter events. So please stay tuned for that. That race will happen same time, same place next week on Tuesday. On that note, I will sign off, and I hope everyone has a great night, and see you next week, Tuesday, at 10:15 p.m. Eastern Time. Have a good night, and stay healthy. Take care.